Ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, children of all ages, welcome to the most electrifyingly high podcast in sports entertainment. Welcome to the 420 episode of the Under the Ring podcast. It's me, your boy, Kenny Sanada. Happy 420, folks. Happy 420. If you don't know what 420 is, leave my podcast now. Leave it. Right? Unless you're my niece. Hi, you can stay. Joining me, ladies and gentlemen, is the man with the beer in his hand.
Yes,
give it up for your forever IC champ, because we will not bring that belt back, no matter how many times I try to get them to agree to it.
No.
Give it up for your boy.
What's gonna happen? I ain't gonna win. And that's why I said no every single time. I stumbled into that title and then you killed it. Fine. Because I already know I'm never going to defend it. I am never going to successfully defend it again.
Because you know what? If we brought that title back, you know I would be the forever IC champ after that, right?
Yeah. I would lose that shit and that shit would be discontinued so fast. Like, nope. I got my belt.
Folks, I've even tried to bring back the NWA TV title, and they keep telling me no. I keep trying to bring back a secondary title. And I'm the one that killed it. And I'm the one that killed it off.
You sure did. But yeah, and I certainly do have the beer in my hand. I got a cider tonight. I got a cider right from Kenny's neck of the woods in New York City, New York State.
Which one is that?
It's a Beacon Skiff.
Oh, I've had those before.
Apple Orchard, yeah. It's a tropical,
I've had that before.
Tropical hard cider. It's got tart pineapple with hints of mango, so I'm going to be doing that along with some other stuff. But I'm ready to talk some wrestling. Happy 420, everybody. Also, shout out to the T-shirt. Shout out to Homage. They always keep me fitted.
Let's talk about tees for the night. Nothing says cool. Like, are you cool, but are you Macho Man chilling at the pier looking over the river type cool?
Another Homage was started in Columbus, Ohio. That's where I'm from. And Macho Man is from Columbus, Ohio. He is the greatest wrestler ever to come out of Columbus, Ohio. Second greatest is Alexa. Third greatest is the Basham brothers. Doug and Danny Basham. And if Greg is watching, he know who I'm talking about. That was his tag team. He hated them so much.
Listen, let's be realistic. The only good thing about the Basham brothers was this chick. Okay? Right. That was the only good thing about Basham Brothers. And that was because we were all too young to understand that big woman was doing some terrible things to those men.
Everybody hated the Basham Brothers. I literally only liked them because they were from Columbus. And every time they would come to Columbus, I'm like, yeah! I'm like,
only one.
Right.
Only one.
They with Dolph half the time. People be like, oh, here comes Dolph. Fuck Dolph.
We don't tolerate Dolph slander on this podcast.
Right.
That's one thing we don't do. We don't tolerate Dolph slander.
I'm Dolph Hive right here. Just like the Beehive, it's Dolph Hive. Don't fuck with Dolph. Don't fuck with Finn.
It took me a while to get to
HBK. If I slander HBK, then it's okay to slander HBK. Just like a couple weeks ago, he had that bullshit ass episode of NXT, and I didn't like it. I was like, no, this was trash. I didn't like this.
Listen, HBK, we love HBK, but there's been a couple of things that he's done that we've all sat there and go, oh, that boy still cocked like a pistol. He can't tell what's where he done read the script wrong.
He shut me up with India's women's champion so far, because I was definitely like, yeah, he done lost his mind.
Yeah, definitely. But let's get into some wrestling news. As you
Right.
know, folks, Rebellion was just this past weekend. Tito is still our champion.
Who show
Um,
is
who won between Reggie and Booty Batty? I,
let me check. Who was the champion between them?
Booty Batty. No, yeah,
Oh,
Booty Batty.
okay. Let's see. They both went Macklin. Both of them went Gray, so neither one of them win. Who won between Team Dreamer and Team Bully?
Um, I think it was Dreamer.
I think it was, I don't even. She went Dreamer. He went Bully. They both went Bullet Club, so that's yeah. They both went to Design, so
We
they
all
both
went to
went.
design.
They both went. Yeah, everybody went PCO, so they get that. We all went Coven.
Because we all wasn't stupid.
She went Gresham. Reggie, I don't know if Reggie ever made a pick on Gresham, the X Division title
Yeah, he
match.
did. Yeah, he
Who
did.
did
He
he
picked
pick?
Gresham. He picked Gresham.
Okay, so yeah, they both they missed out on that. So yeah, it sounds like she retained because
Yeah, it's
everything
looking
is
like
tie. That's a tie.
looking like she retained there, Reggie. Sorry, brother. But since we're bringing that up, let's go. Let's talk about
Yep, she
Rebellion real
sure
quick.
is. She used to teach. She was a teacher in Cincinnati.
Let's bring up Rebellion. Once again, Impact shows why if they just had a little more money, they would be the top promotion out. Like once
Man,
again,
because if they just had a little bit more money and they could actually be in actual arenas instead of basically like sound stages.
Impact. Yo, I don't think Tito was the only person that believed in him, Reggie. So don't feel bad. Tito was the only person that believed in him. So do not
Right.
feel bad.
Because ain't not one of us believed in him.
Right. Because once people are like, oh, Santino, no, thank you.
Right.
But Impact once again put on an amazing show, start to finish. Even their quote unquote slow matches were not slow.
Right.
So you know what I mean? And as you see, the title of this show is There's More Than One Royal Family. Cody Rhodes likes to say that. That's the intro for his music. But in this case, we're talking about the Macklin family. Of course, on the holiest of holy, you see who it is.
I don't know why
Impact
they just zoomed in
has
on Moose's ass like that.
Impact has crowned their very own royal family, with Steve Macklin winning the Impact World title and his wife, Deanna Barrazo, women winning the Knockouts Women's Championship. Now, of course, the Knockouts Championship turned into a one-on-one matchup when Mickey James made her announcement
Right.
just prior to the pay-per-view that she was, I guess, retiring. She laid her hat down. She said she's gone. She had to relinquish the belt. So I guess it's her retirement. If it was her retirement, I can say this. Mickey James is one of the few older stars who returning did not hurt a division.
This show didn't. It honestly enhanced
It really
wherever
did.
she was at.
Yeah, damn sure did roll around in her body bag that night. And did you? Yes, you did.
You retained, girl. You
You
retained.
retained. You retained your belt due to a tie. You retained due to a tie. So yes, you are still champ. But Mickey James, like I said, she now we all know. I am one of the biggest haters of older people coming back, taking spots from. Like I'm not like there's no ifs, ands, or buts about it. There's no way to be sugarcoated when it comes to the older population coming back to wrestling. I am definitely Buck Nasty from Dave Chappelle's show. We're gonna come down to hating. Okay,
the biggest hater.
All right, I'm as I sit my shoulder that I'm sure somebody's spitting. Like that's the hater I am when it comes down to that. Now, but Mickey James, hey, you know what? There's only one other person that I don't hate when they come back, and everybody hates when he does. Dun, 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 dun. Like,
Brock.
Yo, I'm not gonna lie. All right, folks. April 20th, year 2023, year of our Lord, whichever Lord you believe in. Let it go on record. Kenny Sonata, Ken Dango, all my aliases, including my real government, is a Brock Lesnar fan. Okay? I am a Brock Lesnar and a John Cena fan. Anyone who knows me and who has been around me, especially Matt, he knows when them horns come on for John Cena, you can hear me scream, John Cena! From anywhere.
Like, I get excited because I'm like, oh, this basically is oh yeah, this nigga old. So yeah, let me cherish this time. Only time I get excited like Kenny does for John Cena is if I hear word life, this is basic thugonomics. If I hear that, then I'm gonna get up and be like, oh my God, it is the goal.
Right.
It is the wigger. John Cena.
Exactly. What you call it? Mickey's second run might have been better than the first with takeover match versus Oscar was fine. Yo, Mickey James legit enhanced that TNA women's division.
Yeah.
And it wasn't like, and here's the thing that people, here's something that a lot of people, here's something that I want to say to a lot of fans who complain about quote unquote Roman not defending the belt enough. Mickey James probably defended that belt the same amount of times that Roman has within the past year.
Yeah.
And no one had any complaint. We've been calling her run a great run, a solid run.
That's just the run like that. That's the run of the
champion
because they don't run like WWE, but their pay-per-view, like their champion, is on every pay-per-view, and people don't get mad. You might get the occasional TV title defense, but for the most part, you're going to see the champion wrestling on pay-per-view, or they're going to be in a segment, or they're going to have a TV match that's going to end in some bullshit, or they're in a tag match. Like we're used to that. Just because, like, I feel like people are just complaining just because it's Roman at this point.
Exactly, because honestly,
it's Roman, because the title reign, the normal title reign you see on TV is what you see on Impact.
Oh, listen, we like
abnormal is what we see with Roman.
Right. Oh, listen, we love Mama James. We like Mickey James. We especially like some of the pictures we see in Mickey James. We love Mickey. Mickey.
Yeah, she did essentially retire because she said that it was literally up to the doctor about her rib, and they wasn't going to clear her, so she wasn't going to be able to wrestle. Then that was going to be basically it.
Right.
And she said it's not like the old days where she could wrestle injured. She said no. So
right. And then once you lay that, she laid her hat down, her signature part of her outfit, her cowgirl hat. That's right. That's kind of what Taker did, except Taker
did what Taker was supposed to do.
Right. Taker picked his shit back up. Like we didn't want that, but
I mean, I appreciate it after the last ride, after what he said, like, well, that match was ass. Like, yeah, it was. Like, I'm glad you understood that it was ass. and he introduced us. Well, I mean, the Hardys already had did it, but I mean, they introduced to WWE the cinematic match. So, thank you, Taker.
Right.
Thank you.
Taker, to be honest, you could have had your last match by losing to Bray Wyatt at WrestleMania. But that's
Yeah.
another whole that's a whole nother, let's not digress on that because Kenny will get angry. Mickey did have a lot better competition. We've said it a million and one times, Reggie, and you know, Impact's women division, their lowest person, they find a way to make the quote unquote lowest person seem legit. Like no one in Impact's women's division, in that knockouts division, looks legitimately weak. Like at any given point, you can think any one of those females can take the title,
Right.
whether it be a legit clean win, powerhouse win like you might get from Jordan Grace, whether it be a sneaky cheap heel win that you might get from Giselle. Every single female in that division looks like they could be the champion. So you're right, Reggie. She had a lot better competition. And let's not take away from the two ladies that actually put on the match for the belt at Rebellion. Jordan Grace and Deonna Purrazzo, next to Bianca, and even though I'm not the biggest fan of hers, but the way she's touring, and we'll talk a little bit more about her in a couple of minutes, Mercedes Moné, Deonna and Jordan are probably, oh, of course, and Charlotte, they are probably two of the top 5 to 6 female wrestlers in the sport, in my opinion.
Right.
I got a chance to watch both of those women wrestle live in one night in a tournament at House of Glory. House of Glory had a tournament called Women Run the World. I got a chance to see Deonna Purrazzo, Jordan Grace, and my baby. My baby Mercedes. I got a chance to see my baby. And Deonna Purrazzo, I'm not even gonna lie, is probably the best female technical wrestler I have ever seen. Hands down. I got a chance to see my baby that night. Yeah. But Deonna Purrazzo, without a doubt, is probably one of the most. You know what? I'm not even going to say best female technical wrestlers. She's one of the best technical wrestlers.
Right.
Period. Jordan Grace is probably one of the strongest people I have ever seen in life.
She is definitely one of the strongest. Like her body transformation has been
ridiculous.
Yeah, it's been incredible to see for her to go from being like thick and still a powerhouse to just being just solid muscle, just
ripped.
She like her and Jade Cargill. I need them to like have like a pose off or something of just like muscle. Not even just like yo. I want to be like y'all when I grow up.
I need her. I need Jordan Grace, Jade Cargill, and Bianca to teach me their ab routine. Please. Can I borrow an ab, please? Can I borrow an ab? Just one ab.
They all do that bodybuilding stuff, and they look great.
They look fantastic. But Jordan, we've watched Jordan, like you said, go from thick mama pump to damn. She gonna win Miss Olympia.
Yeah,
easily. Like that's a strong relationship with her and Gresham. Because that boy is a walking muscle.
Right.
She's a walking muscle.
Like
I would love to see the arm wrestling competitions that go on in that house.
She probably looked at him and said, "I need to get like you." Like he was probably her motivation.
Because Gresham looks like a muscle cramp. That's how much muscles he has. Okay.
Yeah.
You ever actually look at your calf when you catch a cramp in it and how's it distraught? That's how Gresham looks all
Gresham
the time.
balled up.
It's him. It's Gresham in your calf going, hey.
Basically.
You're right, Reggie. That would be a good match. Deanna versus Natty. That would be a good match. You know what? We could have had it, but at the time, WWE didn't see the potential in Deanna.
Yeah, they had her stuck in NXT.
Right. They didn't see the potential. You know what? That was the best. I guess it was the best thing that happened to her. Because look what she is now.
I mean, I honestly didn't think about it when she got released. I was like, oh yeah, that's the girl that always like she was cool, but she always lost half the damn time. And then she popped up on Impact, and I'm like, damn, y'all try to make her seem like she the super shit. Like, I understand, but damn, like she didn't even do all that. She didn't even do that on NXT. Shut me the fuck up. So
exactly.
Yeah, we fucked that up. They messed that up. They dropped the ball on that one.
You know what it is? They didn't see it's not the point that they didn't see the potential in Jade. You got to remember, she was still a part of the company. And they couldn't, WWE wasn't capable at the time, let's be realistic, of handling two variations of Sasha in that company at the same time. Two very like similar personalities of being bigger than life, and they wouldn't have been able to handle it. They had the perfect balance with Sasha being the large, over the top Hollywood type star and Bianca being the girl next door that works hard. They had the perfect offset, yin and yang for each other with that, which is why their match was poetry in motion when it happened at WrestleMania. Okay, but
I think they didn't sign her, honestly. I don't think I'm pretty sure WWE probably liked her, but AEW gave her a better offer. And even at the end of the day, it's like WWE was like, yeah, we like you, but because even right now, yeah, she's undefeated, but she's still technically green as hell.
Right.
Like, so AEW, she would not be on TV. She would probably still be. She would probably just now be getting on NXT, and we probably overanalyzing her just as much as we do now.
Hold on, I'll put. You know what?
With no belt.
Boom. Here we go. Here we go. WWE didn't see the potential in Jade because they already have Lash Legend.
That too. It's like, because I'm pretty sure if they had Jade, she would still be in NXT. She would still be in NXT. The knockouts are better than the NXT women. Point, yeah, the knockouts are better, but they're both have even their divisions are both even at the end of the day.
The divisions are both even, but when it comes down to overall women, as far what I like the most about Impact, the female superstars at Impact, they may not be as athletically talented as the NXT superstars, but they know how to tell a story better.
They have fleshed out gimmicks. They really
do.
They like right now they have the Coven on, and it's like, okay, they have a story. Now the rip off of them is in NXT. They don't have a story. I don't care about them. They suck.
Right. See, that's the thing. Like, they're able to actually tell a story. Like, and the one thing that I've noticed is you can tell that the impact knockouts women, have been actually practicing talking on the mic.
Right.
You can tell that some of them go to acting coaches or whatever to try to get some feedback on how they can sound more compelling on the mic. Yes, they have, and like Matt said, they have gimmicks and they're really into their gimmicks, so they make their gimmicks go with what they're talking about. Like,
It's
so
all,
Ruka. So I'll
it's
give you a perfect
almost,
example. So Ruka, perfect,
uh-huh.
great athletic ability. She has all the potential in the world to be a superstar, but all she's doing is being the smiley surfer girl. How long is that going to last?
We also got to remember, like, it's almost kind of unfair to compare Impact to NXT because Impact is basically supposed to be on the tier of main roster AEW and AEW, and we're comparing it to the developmental. So of course, like these people, Impact are already seasoned.
Yeah.
They already went around the independents. These people, those people at NXT, they were probably playing football. There was a wrestler, an actual like Greco-Roman wrestler. There was some other bullshit. They just look good. They're athletic. Like that's why it's like a lot of them are cringy because it's like, oh god, like oh man, you do some cool moves, man. Your character is ass.
Right. Right.
Like so that's
Like
basically so like that's so rude. Like man, you is the shit.
Zoe
But I don't
Starks.
know how far you gonna be able to go with that surfer girl bullshit.
Look at Zoe. We love Zoe's athletic ability. We can't stand when Zoe gets a mic in her hand. like, damn it.
And one of the biggest examples, I brought her up during the intro. Alexa Bliss. Ain't nobody like sparkle, glitz, glamour her. Nobody like face her. As soon as she became bad and evil, oh, she became awesome. And then that's when everybody figured out she could wrestle. That's when we also figured out she was injury prone as hell. But she is great.
We compare them because AEW, SmackDown, and Raw hate women. You know what?
AEW definitely does.
Hold on, because I got something to say about that. So let's just Rebellion. Of course, we talked about the women's knockout championship. The main accomplishment, the main event for the night, was the men's championship with Steve Macklin versus Kushida. Now, if anybody thought Kushida was going to win this, you have definitely thought something wrong with yourself. They have been building Macklin up as the man since he has left WWE and showed up. And what you call it? Yeah, I mean, not the men. Yes, you're correct.
Yeah, the women main
did,
event.
The women did main event. You are absolutely correct. I meant to say co-main event. That's what I meant to say. You are absolutely correct. But
Shoot, Macklin winning should have told us who was going to win leading into the main event, but I didn't think that. It didn't click until after the show was over.
I picked her.
Oh, damn.
That was the one pick I did probably get right. But Steve Macklin, they've been building him as the machine since he's returned. You know,
right.
Of course, this match would have had Josh Alexander in it, but he got injured. So once it should have had Josh Alexander with Kushida still taking the pin.
Right.
And then Josh and Steve get their one-on-one during the rematch. Like
they would have got it would have been the next pay-per-view.
Right. That's what should have happened, but unfortunately, we know Josh got injured. The rest of the pay-per-view, honestly, TNA, what can we say besides Impact being Impact, man? Impact is the best.
Impact always over delivers, and that's exactly what it did as usual.
Always.
The X Division title.
I was getting ready to say that. If you decide to go back to just watch any match, go back and watch two matches: the X Division Championship and the Tag Team Championship,
Oh yeah, the Ultimate X match.
which was an Ultimate X match. Man, we've said it before. Bay and Ace, man. Ace and Bay.
They're on a different level.
Wow.
They're catching they're in their bag right now as a tag team.
Ooh.
Like I'm like I already knew they was gonna be a good tag team, but damn, I didn't know they was gonna be this damn good. Like them Jordan Bullet Club really put them on a different level. It's got the rocket. Like everybody's been shitting on Bullet Club because they've been Jay White and Juice was over in AEW and their Bullet Club Gold, whatever the hell that is.
Right.
And then you got the rest of
Finley
Bullet Club
and Finley telling them, talking about if you're not here with me, you're just cosplaying. It's Ace. When Jay White brought in Ace and Bay, that something clicked for them.
It really did.
It clicked big time. And whoo.
And low key, that's why I'm low key glad AEW got Jay White, because all that shit David Finley saying that could lead into some forbidden door.
Exactly. Exactly. That's exactly what that's going to wind up setting up. Motor City Machine Guns, they had a rough week. They had a rough week because right before they lost to Ace of Bay, you know, they lost the New Japan Strong titles to Aussie Open. So Aussie Open now owns New Japan's Japanese and American version of their tag team championship. You want to talk about we talk about the Usos holding the Raw and SmackDown. Nah, that's different. You holding the companies.
They on that
home base and second base.
They on that throwback Bullet Club shit. Bullet Club would have like they would have the light heavyweight titles with the Young Bucks, and then you'd have God with the actual tag titles.
Right. And then with the strong, the Neverweight Open tag titles, like
right. Then you have AJ with the IWGP title. Or if it was Finn, he had the light heavyweight title, but they still had all the power.
Then they introduced the Intercontinental title.
Right.
Yeah. It was, but Aussie Open Motor City Machine Gun had a bad week thanks to Aussie Open and Ace of Bay. Go watch that match. Of course, watch the women's match. That's always a great match. And watch that X Division title match.
And if you're in the sadistic shit, watch PCO versus Eddie Edwards. Or just watch it until you see him put his shoulder back in place by hitting the ring post.
I'm 100% convinced PCO really is the Canadian Frankenstein. I am 100% convinced.
Tired. Yes, because WWE has all the people with the swag. They got Finn, they got AJ, they got the Good Brothers.
She said Tommy Dreamer, man. Listen, Tommy with the emotional speech before,
right?
I was like, oh boy, come on, we know you're gonna win. Did you have to throw that one in there? Did you have to throw that one in? PCO really is a zombie. I 500% believe that. He is the last of us.
He the only person wrestling from the 80s and 90s, basically. That's
and
not
still
like
kind of in shape.
That's right. That's not Ric Flair.
Like he started the match off by running through the ropes and diving into Eddie Edwards. Okay, he's he literally did that.
I wanted to ignore that match so bad, but by the time I'm just like, okay, this dude is a monster. Then Tommy Dreamer had me. I'm just like, okay, Tommy, don't get me started. We all love our mamas, okay,
I
okay,
always
okay,
love
Tommy.
my mama. She's my favorite
And he
kid.
honestly did. He's taking a leave of absence. So yeah, our thoughts and
Yeah,
prayers are with
it's all
Tommy
with
Dreamer.
Tom Frank. He really
Yeah,
is.
'cause, yeah, we all want our mamas here.
We definitely do.
Right,
Emma.
right.
It's cool. Impact, another great pay per view. I wanted to jump ahead real quick because this statement right here. And the reason I want to bring that up is because it appears this week, once again, cuts were made to segments to Raw, and a lot
No,
of the
no.
cuts that were made were women's segments. Supposedly, there was a damage control segment that got cut, and they were really upset about that.
That's why we ended up having that just random Bianca Dakota match. You can tell like if it should have been a segment because the match just happens.
Mm-hmm.
You're
Oh,
like,
you
well,
know
why the
what?
hell are we just having this random Bianca versus Dakota match?
Right. Yes, we all are. Yes, we all love our mothers, right? And we all love each other's mothers as our mothers as well. So everybody, yes. You know why? Because we were brought up to know that if you want someone good in your life, your mama is gonna be the best example of that.
Right.
And the weirdest thing is, if anybody knows me in my personal life, they will tell you some weird way it really happened for me. Because my mother looks like she should be my wife's mama. It's ridiculous. But I digress. um, the women's a lot of the women's locker room is highly upset with the fact that their segments are being cut now, and it's kind of being shown that even though everybody's like, Vince is not in control, it still trips. It's showing that Vince has some input, is having
right.
it's showing that he is having some input. And the thing about it is, what makes it so noticeable is they went from this full steam women's revolution, like boom, 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 to a screeching halt, damn near. That's what. That's why it's making it seem like, oh, they don't care nothing about the women anymore. They literally, they say with cars, oh, it can go 0 to 60 in 20 seconds. That's literally what they did with the women's division. They went from having absolutely no interest in it to devoting a whole hour of Raw at one point just to women,
Right.
devoting pretty much an entire hour just to the women, pushing it, having tournaments, having damn near having TV shows, everything, deliberately bringing back older generation of the women who didn't have this opportunity to get exposure now. Like, that's how hard they were pushing it to stop. It's almost like they hit their plateau and their peak once they had their Sasha and Bianca match.
Mm-hmm.
Like we hit the mountaintop, boys. We got it all. Now what do we do? And that's what's been going on.
I mean, honestly, even right now, a lot after WrestleMania, it really should it really should be kind of just dead
for
at
right
this
now
point.
until the draft at least.
Right, because it honestly like nothing. Like they told us we're getting like what was it? Bianca is supposed to be defending against Io. Like okay, but like we know Bianca's not going to lose.
Not right
So
now. She's
a
not losing
lot of
until
the
that
storylines, a
draft.
lot of the storylines are going to be just what they're all going to be WTF. They're
Yeah.
all just holdovers until the draft is next week. Like next Thursday at this time, we're going to be talking about the draft. The draft is next Friday and next Monday. But like I was just saying, all these storylines right now are just going to be BS. They're going to be definitely WTF. Like Brock versus Cody. What the hell? Like, what the hell? Why we got Brock versus Cody? We don't know. Even right now, it looks worse on the women because they're just like, well, cut this. A lot of it, they're probably like, well, it don't even make sense. They're probably saying cut it because this shit's not even gonna mean anything in a couple of weeks.
Mm-hmm. It could be that. It really could be that. I'm hoping that once the draft happens, because Trips made it completely known everybody is up for grabs.
Right.
Now, here's the thing though. Indy was at a point where we were all going, you know what? Let Indy just go up. Indy's time for Indy to go up. Just let her go up. You know what I mean?
Right.
She can go to the main roster. She can be a little good filler. Now with her being champion, she's not going anywhere. When does she get called up then? Like immediately after she loses the belt?
Yeah.
Do they do the BS and have her show up with the title?
No. That's why they had Loomis come down. They had Loomis because Loomis just went up. He just went up. He just showed up that he was there, and then he disappeared, and then he just magically saw her. I mean, they do that. They usually do this. This is why we always like to go behind the wizard's door or whatever, behind the curtain. This is why we always make sure we don't have a fantasy draft during Backlash. Backlash is bullshit. Like this is the dead. That's why you don't see me like I'm kind of just chilling. I ain't doing nothing in Top Rope because guess what I've been doing for for the last year? Fantasy.
Right.
So
this is the one time.
But it's fun to watch wrestling and not have to just worry about points. I'm just like, yeah, this is fun. People are like, I hate this. I hate this. I'm like, I love it. I'm just watching. It's wrestling any other time, but it's like I don't have to keep up with anything. Yeah, it's the off season. It's literally that's why like people were so mad about the Raw after WrestleMania because that's really like, oh, this is what we're going to get next season, and it was a dud. It's always going to be a dud. It's just like we all right here. This is the Cookout podcast, basically. It's just like when one of our catchphrases goes out, and then it ends up, yeah, shake that ass for some Cole's cash. 21, why don't you do something for me? No.
Yo.
No.
We gotta get that. We gotta get that sound bit. We gotta get that sound bit for that.
Like, it's just like when certain phrases get taken. They go into the lexicon. They go into pop culture. And then
you mean like this?
I am back. What it do, baby?
What it do, baby? See? So that WWE found out, oh, they like the Raw after WrestleMania. When we weren't making it a hashtag,
It was good.
And then 420, this is the last day. This is the day, if you got a check mark, we know you paid for that shit. Unless Elon paid for it and he trying to be your friend. Now, if he did pay for your stuff, hey, follow Under the Ring podcast. Follow me because I like beer, so you can
follow me for your latest herbal essence to find out which strain will have you feeling dandy.
But basically, then we figured out that they like the Raw to WrestleMania. So at that point, it just became like, we'll just do. They're gonna like it because it's the Raw to WrestleMania.
Once they figured out we liked it, they turned it into a circus.
They turned it into they're just like they don't even try to over deliver. They just be like, they'll like it because it's the Raw at the WrestleMania. But it's essentially we're in the off season. Once Backlash is over with,
that's when the real starts.
That's when we could probably start getting the summer. It's already starting to get warm, but it's about to get cold again here in Louisville. But
here too, damn it.
It's about to get warm. Once we're out of Backlash, you see where they're going for Backlash. They know it's going to be cold, probably wherever we're at, and they're like, we're going to Puerto Rico. It's going to be hosted by Bad Bunny. Bad Bunny gonna sing, he gonna dance, make you feel good. He gonna wrestle because he gonna wrestle, and we're gonna be like, oh man, this is fun. And next thing you know, they're gonna be like, it's the next pay-per-view. The next pay-per-view should be Battleground for NXT, but it should be something like Money in the Bank, I don't know. It'll be something main roster-ish. It'll be something that's better than Backlash. And we'll be excited because I bet you that pay-per-view gonna have Roman on it.
Definitely is.
Because Backlash ain't gonna have no Roman on it. We're getting a main event of Sammy and KO and their new best friend, Matt Riddle, versus the Bloodline. Not featuring Roman. That's why the other Bloodline. The beltless Bloodline. Not even. The brothers is fighting. Yeah.
Them damn Uso boys is at it again. That's what it is.
It's too cool.
Them Usos.
If Rikishi helps them win, that's how. Oh shit! Rikishi did say he wanted to get in the storyline. Here's your chance. Bring your big ass out here, Rikishi.
And leave that damn Hawaiian shirt at home.
He comes out, I'm a bad man. I'm a bad man.
Yeah, Rikishi. Yeah, he really is. Your man Rikishi done out here put out 3 champions with the Usos and Solo. Because don't forget, Solo was the NXT North American champion for one episode. For one episode.
Right.
Because that man won the belt. Then that next episode, they said, you weren't technically in the match. Let me hold that for you real quick.
And that's bullshit. And shit like that is why I hate being the scorekeeper for fantasy. Because that shit happens. And I'm like, oh, okay, here's the points. Then they're like, well, it didn't technically happen.
Yep, there go the points.
Now I gotta sit here and be like, well, this shit didn't happen. You gotta take the points away, my bad.
He wasn't. He was a no-go. So I don't think that, but AEW definitely has tons of issues with their women's division, and we go into this every single time.
Right.
I think the biggest thing for the AEW women's division, what they need are solid coaches to help walk them through the matches first. Like I think these guys need more time together wrestling. They really do.
For which
Like
one?
AEW.
Oh, okay. Yeah, yeah.
They need more time together wrestling. Like I understand that. Like of course they're doing house shows now, so they're gonna get more exposure to be in front of crowds. They're gonna get more time to be in the ring together. But you know
Right.
what? Know what, ladies? Instead of taking pictures and stuff like that, go hit the gym up together and practice your moves. So you don't look as scared and as stiff on television as it appears.
Yeah, they really need a regular touring schedule instead of, if they're going to be in Louisville, Kentucky, everybody is going to get they're going to get a ticket to wherever they're. If I like, I'll take Louisville out as an example. If they're going to be in New York City, that means they're going to send me a ticket over here in Louisville. They're going to send Mike a ticket over in Cincinnati. They're going to send Greg a ticket all the way down there in South Carolina and tell us, oh, they're going to be like, oh, here's y'all's tickets. And they're going to be like, oh, well, Matt, you wrestling Mike. Well, if I get to New York City before Mike, I'm going to have time to chill. But if Mike is ripping and running, he going to get there later. And then then they're like, well, you wrestling. Well, now y'all got to figure out some time to figure y'all's match out. Or they're going to be like, well, you and wrestled Mike before on the Indies, so y'all know what y'all did. Like,
that was 20 years ago, bro. Like,
no!
They need
It don't work like that.
Because let's think about this. Well, first and foremost, we just want to let all our fans know that Mongo is doing well. Just a little tired, still not talking on the regular, but he is still communicating with us on a daily basis. He is still his normal jackass self. He just can't verbalize it just as much right now, but Mongo's doing on the up and up. And Mike is doing well also. He is soon to be a homeowner, turning the key of his own front door. So congratulations for that. Yeah. But as I was saying, AEW did the you get a couple of trainers, because think about this. When she was in WWE, we never said Toni Storm had a boring match.
Right.
That was something that never came out of our mouths, that she had a boring match. And she's wearing less clothing now than when she did in WWE, so we can't even say we were distracted by her ass. We're more distracted by it now, if anything. Okay, so we never said that she had a boring match in WWE. I always called Athena reckless, but we never really said she had a boring match in WWE either. Like, so that Ruby Riott
has it worse than anyone, because Ring of Honor has had. They started out with no women's division, and they eventually had a women's division, and they crowned a champion, and then that champion left on some other circumstances. And then they had to restart the division again, and then the pandemic happened. So, and then they were bought. And then they had to bring it back again. And now they have Athena as their Ring of Honor champion. They really have never had a stable women's division in Ring of Honor. This is probably the most stable it's been ever. And you see how great it is.
Sporadic this shit is.
So, like NXT's women's division is definitely better than Ring of Honor's.
Fine, yeah.
AEW definitely needs to get. They just need to get their women's division in order. They need coaching. They need. This is what happens when you have one person writing for everyone. Like I know in WWE, Vince was probably writing for everybody, but we know at the end of the day, Vince was not writing for everybody. That's why they have a writer's room and certain stuff gets approved. Like
Freddie
Tony
Prince,
Khan
people
is really writing everything.
Like we know. Is one other piece of news that I want to bring up as far as things that, as my man Peter would say, really grinded my gears. Goldberg feels he did not have a proper retirement match and is going on a 4-city retirement tour.
He better not be coming to lose.
They haven't announced the dates and the locations just yet, but he will be going on a 4-city retirement tour because he feels he didn't have the proper send-off he deserved.
Man, he had a proper send-off. His proper send-off was him beating Brock at a fucking Survivor Series. That was his proper send-off. He should have sat the fuck down then. But like I said, every time I bring this up, guess who made him come back? Guess who made him come back? Us. We all did. We loved it. We responded because we loved. We made the pregame order come true. And then we was, oh, he still got it. That man had it for one damn match. One damn match. Nope. Had to make him come back. He had to come back and beat Kevin Owens.
You know why? Listen, wrestling fans. I just want to say this one time. You can really, really, really enjoy somebody and be nostalgic about their return and not hit them with the "you still got it." You can. You don't have to do it because that's the reason we got Goldberg for that chant right there.
Well, there's no reason that in 2023, there's no reason in the 21st century in general. There's no reason that the WCW went out of business, that Goldberg is technically a 3-time world champion in World Wrestling Entertainment because he won the World Heavyweight title, aka Big Gold, his first run in WWE. And then he lost it real quick. That's when they would this is literally all they would do. If you were a big time WCW wrestler, they weren't gonna let you win the WWE title.
You're gonna hold Big Gold though.
The World Heavyweight title, because that's the title that signified you. That was your title in the company you were in previously. That's why Booker T never won the WWE title. He won the World Heavyweight Championship. That's why Goldberg never won the WWE title. He won the World Heavyweight Championship because he won the WCW title. There's no reason why Goldberg won that title. It made sense there.
Don't make me find you and punch you for making this.
It makes no sense that Goldberg won. He won the red Universal title, and then he won the blue Universal title. He beat the thing. He beat Kevin Owens, and then he beat somebody that he shouldn't have been beaten, who was hyped up as being indestructible. He beat him in Saudi Arabia. He had won a red Universal title and a blue Universal title. Roman was supposed to be the guy that murdered him. Roman was supposed to be the guy that put him out. COVID happened. It became Braun Strowman. This man came back and asked for a title match. That was either against what? Because I know NWO Fantasy, it was either Lashley or Drew We had one.
Lashley.
Because I remember Kenny was worried about Goldberg, and I'm like, he's murdering him. Like, he's not beating. Like, Goldberg is not beating our person. Like, no. Like, he's had a title match. The dude has had. You've cashed so many checks since coming back against Brock Lesnar when you are a pre-game order. We were a pre-order for a game. That was your send-off.
Mm-hmm.
He should not be wrestling like she said. Shouldn't have been. It should have been over after that match. That's why I always say it's because we were so enamored with him beating Brock Lesnar, and it's like we all just went stupid and forgot the shit is fake. The shit's not real. It's predetermined. That's why it was like, but we fell for it. Hook, line, singer. We all marks. We're all marks at the end of the day. We all had our mark moment. We marked out.
Yep.
They got paid. They made money off of it. But he should not feel like he needs a proper send-off. He had his proper send-off. Now, if he wanted a proper send-off, I'll tell him what he really needs to do. He needs to go all the way back to March 2000. Talk to Eric Bischoff. Actually make sure that WCW doesn't get sold to WWF. And then maybe in 2023, we still have a WCW. And guess what would not exist? AEW and probably Impact. But then his ass would be in the WCW Hall of Fame. He could shut the fuck up because he would have a proper send-off.
Like, let's be realistic. If WCW would never got bought, we would never have this Orange Cassidy Sting. I mean, this Darby Allin Sting thing. Sting would have never showed up in WWE. He wouldn't never showed up in AEW like they would. But yeah, Goldberg feels
it's just like certain wrestlers, like Great Muta is one of the select few people that can say they are a WCW Hall of Famer and a WWE Hall of Fame. Because WCW had a Hall of Fame, but it's gone because company don't exist no more.
And he's a New Japan Hall of Famer.
Right.
That man's a Hall of Fame in all the major promotions that there were or are. That's dope. All right. The last thing I want to mention for myself, unless Matt has something else after this, is we got some long-awaited news this week about one Mr. I'm going to use his old name. Mr. Langston. Big
E.
He had his 1-year visit, and even though he states he's feeling fine and great, well, according to him, he was back in the gym 2 weeks after breaking his neck.
Oh, God.
Right. He fractured and broke the C1 and the C2. He said it's called a Jefferson break. That's what it's called. Mm-hmm. And even though he himself says he feels no pain whatsoever, he's been doing all of his physical training and stuff. The doctors still want to take it little by little. So those of us who were hoping to hear a big thumbs up after this 1-year mark, he said, nope, not just yet. They're going to wait a little bit longer because remember, when you're wrestling, your neck is probably one of the most important thing.
Right.
With every single move, you got to learn how to make sure you don't hurt yourself with your neck.
Right. They always make sure to tell you to tuck your neck when you're taking a bump.
Oh. Brooklyn just gave his game away. Literally gave the game away on the inbound. Wow.
And I guess PCO is going to be the first challenger to Steve Macklin.
Yeah, We knew that was coming. And you know what's going to happen? PCO is going to bite his dingling off and still lose the match.
Right.
Okay? PCO is a complete freakazoid. And that's what's going to happen. And there's nothing that we can even do. But yeah, Big E said, not just yet, folks. Give him a little bit more time and we'll see. Well, you know, we would love to see him back. Right, Reggie. When his son
his
got
son
to see
saw him wrestle, and then his son got his ass beat too.
Yeah. But I can't wait till Big E comes back and we get him and Gunther.
I do hope that we can get Big E to come back. That he's able to wrestle, able to come back at some point. Like I would just love to be able to see that. Like he doesn't need a title run. Just being able to see him wrestle just one more time at least, so he can say he's done. I'll take that and be happy.
If you are still watching Access TV, you are going in for a treat because you are watching Mercedes Moné defend her title. And she made a statement where she said she's moving to Japan.
Yeah. She's
So
everybody learn the language. She about to do the Kenny Omega.
Mm-hmm.
And honestly, I don't blame her because she did everything she could do in WWE.
And they're treating her like a megastar and paying her like a megastar. And she said it. She said this ain't no quick run. She's over here. She's the star she wanted to be here.
Yeah. She's making like, I can't wait. Like, if she never comes back to WWE, fine. But if she does, good Lord.
They're gonna have to pay her everything.
That's why they are owned by Endeavor.
They're gonna have to pay her everything. Everybody's contract gonna have to be soaked into one for her.
And it's gonna be a big deal because at that point, because it's Endeavor, they're definitely gonna be like, oh, one of the stars of the Mandalorian, and they're gonna say all the other brands because we ain't gonna. They're not gonna care. They're gonna be, oh yeah, she was on Disney's The Mandalorian.
Right, that's how they're gonna say it too.
On the man.
That's how they gonna say it. Yeah, Disney. So who knows? Matt, you got any more wrestling news you want to talk about tonight, brother?
No wrestling news. Shout out to Seth Rollins and Miz on that awesome match they had on Monday night. That shit was cool as hell. Definitely not expecting that. That shit was like an intercontinental title match.
You know what it is?
On the line.
You know what it is? Because these guys have wrestled tons of time together and they know each other in the ring because they wrestle so often. Something that AEW needs to get their people to do.
Yeah. Shout out. I can't wait for NXT next week. It's spring breaking. It's their little mini pay-per-view. And then so yeah, we're gonna have Melo. This is his first title defense. Melo versus Grayson Waller. Some people think Melo is gonna lose.
Hold on, we got
what do you think of the budget cuts? I'm not shocked because anytime you do a merger, people get fired.
Could cut, right? That's bound to happen.
I was already anticipating people getting fired just because they ain't fired nobody in a while, and they just keep getting people. But the fact that they have already come forward and said they are going to be doing this merger, people are going to be fired because there are going to be people that do. There's people that already work there pre-merger that they're probably doing the same job, so they're probably going to get fired. And it's time to trim the fat on that roster. A lot of people, because someone brought up and it made perfect sense. Oh, why did WWE miss out on all the people that we thought they were going to get? Jay White, Brian Cage, Matt Cardona, all them. WWE's on a hiring freeze because when you get ready to do something major like that, like a merger, You're not about to hire anybody. And when the wrestlers heard, because I'm pretty sure somebody told them, we about to do this merger. We ain't hiring nobody right now.
Cool.
Jay White. I wanted to come, but y'all weren't hiring. I wanted to come, but y'all weren't hiring.
Supposedly, Brian Cage, they were actually pursuing.
And then the freeze happened. So they were like, he probably just sat there saying, I don't want to keep waiting. I'm ready to get paid. And Tony Khan said, I got a blank check.
I got a blank check and made you a champ. What's up? Let's see where he's at.
Maybe in 6 months, maybe 6 months from now, we might be able to see what could be happening. I'll give it 6 months. Whenever we hear that the deal is closed and then it's official, give it 6 months from then. That might be, or 3 to 6 months, that's when we'll probably start seeing people maybe trickle in, new hires, literally.
Well, folks, thank you for joining us. Don't forget to follow us at facebook.com/undertheringpod and twitch.tv/undertheringpod. Don't forget, we air every Thursday, 8:45-ish. We were pretty much on time this week. We weren't too far off this week, folks. Like,
right.
It was like around 8:50.
8:50. It's 5 minutes. It's 5 minutes.
Wasn't that bad. Don't forget, you can also follow us at our linktree /undertheringpod, where you'll find our boy, the man behind the boards, Mongo Greg Bush SK, me, the man behind the clouds, Rock Ribs 44, our boy, Mr. Fresh Beard, Mike Jones, the man with the beer in his hand, the right answer, street team captain and UTR predictions champion, Boriel Mariente, and our local correspondent who will bring a lot of our news to us, Justin D. Baxley. Folks, thank you as always for joining us. We will see you next week. And folks, don't forget to hit our pages. Every single page that you can find one of us, hit us at. Don't forget, give us some ideas on what you want us to do our weekend podcast on. We didn't forget y'all about that. Yeah, I got to hit us with some ideas, which y'all want us to watch. We'll watch it. All right. Thanks for joining us, folks. See you later.
Break time.